Have you ever wondered if one painful moment could change your entire life? What if the worst thing that ever happened to you was actually the beginning of something better? Maybe you're in a place right now where nothing makes sense. Perhaps you're carrying regret, loss, or a hope that feels too distant. But what if I told you that sometimes the moment you feel most broken is the moment your real story begins? Stay with me, because this story might just change the way you see your own pain. This is the story of Samir. Samir was an ordinary guy, just like you and me. He had dreams, he had plans, and he worked hard to make his family proud. But life, as it often does, had other plans. One day, Samir lost his job. It wasn't just a job. It was his sense of purpose, his way of supporting his family, his pride. The news hit him like a storm. He tried to stay strong for his wife and daughter, but inside, he felt like he was falling apart. He wondered, why me? What did I do wrong? He started to question everything he believed about himself. Days turned into weeks. Samir sent out dozens of job applications, but the rejections kept coming. He watched his savings shrink and his confidence fade. He stopped meeting friends. He stopped laughing. Every night, he lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying every mistake he'd ever made. He felt like a failure. He felt alone. But what Samir didn't know was that this painful moment was about to change everything. One morning, Samir's little daughter came to him with a drawing. It was a picture of Samir smiling with the words, "My hero," written in bright colors. Samir's eyes filled with tears. In that moment, he realized something powerful. He was still needed. He was still loved. Even if he felt lost, he was still someone's hero. That small act of love became the spark he needed. Samir decided he wouldn't give up. He started small. He woke up early, made breakfast for his family, and took care of the little things he could control. He began to exercise, even if it was just a short walk. He read books about hope and growth. He wrote down one thing he was grateful for every day. These weren't big changes, but they were enough to keep him moving forward. But life didn't magically get easier. There were still days when Samir felt hopeless. There were still rejections, still moments of doubt. But now, instead of letting the pain break him, he let it build him. He learned that discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. He learned that hope isn't about waiting for things to get better. It's about finding something good, even in the middle of the storm. One day, Samir got a call for a job interview. He was nervous, but he went anyway. He didn't get the job, but he didn't stop trying. He kept learning new skills, kept reaching out, kept believing that something better was possible. And then one day he got an offer. It wasn't his dream job, but it was a start. It was proof that his story wasn't over. Samir's painful moment became his turning point. He realized that pain isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. He learned that you don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love or success. You just have to keep moving, one small step at a time. He learned that sometimes the things that break your heart are the things that open it to new possibilities. Maybe you're like Samir. Maybe you're in a painful moment right now. Maybe you're wondering if things will ever get better. But what if your pain is the start of your new story? What if your struggle is shaping you for something greater? Don't give up. Don't let pain define you. Let it teach you. Let it build you. If you take one thing from Samir's story, let it be this. Real strength isn't about falling. It's about getting back up. again and again, even when it hurts. It's about believing that your life can change, even when you can't see how. It's about choosing hope, even when you feel lost. So the next time you feel broken, remember Samir's story. Remember that your pain is not pointless. Your struggle is not the end. It's a chapter, not the whole book. Sometimes the worst day of your life is the first day of your new beginning. If this story touched your heart, I want you to do something brave. Write in the comments, "My pain will become my strength." Share this story with someone who needs hope. Maybe today you can be the reason someone else finds the courage to keep going. And if you want more true stories about real people, real pain, and real hope, subscribe and join our family. Remember, your life has meaning, even when it hurts. The plan is bigger than you think. You are not alone, and your new chapter can start today.